Hey guys, it's your boy Sam back with another video for you. This time, as you can see from the title down below, this is going to be a sampling video. This is a sampling review video that I've acquired from my fondest houses that I really have a big passion for. It's Serge Lutens, as you can see from the title down below. I've recently, just yesterday, just been going through a quick haul, very small niche haul, and them fragrances are probably going to be in my winter list because I've been looking at them for a while. And one of them was one was from Serge Lutens, and I got some samples, and to my delight anyway. So I have smelt this one a couple of times now. It's been out for about a year. It's their news release. As far as I'm aware, it's their news release. It is for men and women, but I feel it's more towards the feminine side of things, really. As you can see from the title down below, anyway, it's got these little samples that you get, which is really nice. As you can see, just there, La Fille de Berlin. La Fille de Berlin. Interesting scent. Interesting. It is an interesting scent. It's an oriental floral fragrance, which is understandable because it's very linear, very floral indeed. The main floral note is rose. Rose just. Oh, it's the first note you get, and it's the last note you get as well. It's quite a simplistic scent. This the notes based on Fragrantica, and the notes that I picked up and the people in the shop picked up was rose, pepper, and in the shop we decided it was vetiver. After about 25 minutes to half an hour, we both decided it was vetiver that we smelled. We smelled that earthiness. Which you don't really get from the pepper too much, but that earthiness you get underneath the main player, which is rose, and that rose is dominant throughout the scent. As soon as you spray it, it's just like, wow, this is a rose bomb, and it's just one of the most linear rose is that I've ever smelt in any fragrance, niche or designer. Pure rose really is a very quite a sweet type of rose. Because that rose you do pull out is literally like you pulled the rose out of the garden, smelt it, but it's almost synthetic, but it's not. It's got the airy bit of sweetness to it, to that rose, which is interesting by all means. But it's a rose bomb completely. This is made for, I think, it's made for a casual basis and a date scent as well. I think really for women, but anyway. Longevity, I've had this on for a day now, and it's quite early doors, but I can tell you the longevity on it really. And I wore it in the shop as well, walking around as I usually do when I buy fragrances. I walk around for about an hour to 2 hours, smell the dry down, smell the opening. Obviously, some fragrances don't dry down that quick, but I was hoping that this one would do so, and it did. And I've smelt the base, and it's nice. Longevity anywhere between 3 and 6 hours, which is for Serge Lutens. That's not the best thing you've ever seen from them in general, because their scents do last a long time usually. Quite subtle though, as usual with Serge Lutens. They don't really do heavy fragrances. It is subtle on the skin. It's light. I'd say if you've got light hair and super strong hair, it's probably about here. It's not super strong, not strong. It just sits to the skin. If you're in your bubble here, this bubble of you. Imagine yourself being in this bubble. If someone's in that bubble, they'll smell it. It won't go outside that though. It won't fill a room, if you know what I mean. But people will appreciate it around you because they will smell on you if they just walk past you or something. Less than, as I said, I'll just put less than 3 or 4 hours of projection. Projection really can get, for me, I did actually get 2 compliments 2 or 3 hours after I was walking around the shops. And people just come to me like, "What are you wearing?" And I was just like, "What do you mean what I'm wearing? What fragrance are you wearing?" I was like, "Oh, can you smell it?" And I flew outside my bubble, but they must have walked past me and they pulled me back. You see, so I was thinking, okay, someone can smell it. Interesting one, really. To be fair, when's this base for? Well, for me, I think this is a spring and summer day scent. Strictly, I wouldn't say it is strong enough, nowhere near strong enough to be. It was not strong enough to be in the winter, I don't think. The rose and the pepper underneath that really do evoke spring to me anyway. I really do see that as that floral spring note. It really does interest me that, and I think I smell spring in this fragrance. Quite sweet, quite alluring for most women. So the floral dominates most of this fragrance. You're going to smell it at the start and you'll smell it at the end as well. I'm just going to give you a quick indication as to what it'll be. You see these little vials of about 1 milliliter or something like that. It's nice. Yeah, great sprays as usual. As usual. Yeah, beautiful floral note, popping out. And that's one thing to say as well. When it dries down, a vetiver note, it's almost green. It's almost like a green pine sort of note, but it's not. It can be seen as that, but it's not. We see it's that. I personally think it's the vetiver in it. It's not listed, but I think it's there. If my nose doesn't say that I'm wrong. Yeah, beautiful sweetness that dries. This is basically the opening and the dry down. The dry down's a lot more. I wouldn't say bland, but the sweetness has gone from the opening to an almost softer chord. Really, I'd say it would be anyway. It's really nice. Spicy notes in the rose. The rose dominates, as I said. As usual, I've got a love and hate on this one. It's gonna be a quick one. Why would you love this scent? Well, if for women, this is fantastic. It's an alluring scent. The florals dominates. If you're a floral girl, or if you're a guy and you like florals, like me, I like my florals pretty well. This could be for you, really. It's an interesting one because I feel this is the sweet entry. The sweet entrance to this scent sort of thinks that you're thinking, right, this is a women's scent. But it dries down. You know what? It does. It smells less old lady-like. Because some roses smell a bit old lady-like. This one doesn't have that effect at all. It's well done rose. Doesn't get that old lady-like smell, if you know what I mean. It's really nice. Not a huge power bomb. Subtle. A bit of spice as well to it. But it's subtle. And if you're a person who doesn't like power bombs and you want a subtle scent that's not going to offend anyone, might be for you, because this will not offend people at all. I wouldn't say that at all. Why do you hate it? Well, it's feminine. If you don't like rose, stay well clear of this. One of my videos about 5-6 months back was on Rose Acteur. Not Rose Acteur. Azaro Acteur, and that's a rose-based scent. That's far more masculine than this one because it's got some underlying earthiness to it throughout the scent. And this is just very linear in a sense. The second thing as well is linear, very, very linear indeed. It just goes from the sweet florals down to a sort of softer chord of rose. Doesn't last as long as other Serge Lutens scents. Most Serge Lutens scents, they tend to last me well over 7 hours, with a little bit of projection for about 4, give or take. Yeah, pretty much, which is pretty good really. But this one doesn't really have that projection, but I think that's partly because it's for that person who doesn't really like a huge powerbomb scent. So if you're looking for something that's a bit more soft on your skin and we appreciate it if you're around close quarters, then this could be it for you anyway. Why would you want this? Well, it's casual. The way I see this is it'll be worn on a casual basis. This is a date scent for women. It's a fantastic date scent. You know what? If you're in the house and you're around your missus, whack this on, see what she thinks of it, because the closer she gets to you, she's gonna like it a lot. You know what I mean? I think it's gonna be liked from women more than it is men. But it's an interesting one that anyway, too far. So if you don't like rose, stay clear, guys. I'm telling you now. I hate pointing my finger, but stay clear because you won't like this. You won't be offended by it, but you don't think you'll like it really too far. So overall, it's a good scent for the price point. So about £70, 50 mils. So it's the entry level niche price. Serge Lutens is fantastic fragrance house, but it's entry level price. So £70 will give you is cheap on cheap, but you get a lot for your scent. You get a lot of quality for your scent really. Men can pull this off if it's laid with a woody scent. My opinion on this one is that if you added a woody, maybe a bit of incense scent into this one, this could literally be rose and wood, and that works really well in general. So I can see that for a man would be perfect for you really. So buy, try, or pass with this. It's going to be a try for me. I think you can get your nose on this to maybe progress your nose and see what you think about this scent. La Fille de Berlin. Obviously, it means the woman of Berlin. and it's interesting really because I see it's more as women's scent anyway. So they've got that pretty much bang on, I think. Yeah, so improve your nose, do a bit of testing. Came out in 2013. So it's one of the good scents that came out of last year or this year just gone. So hopefully, Serge Lutens, please, if you're watching, give us a manly scent. Sort of similar to this, but give us a manly scent because we like something very much. But yeah, that's my take on this sampling video, guys. Have an awesome night anyway. I'm back with the video in the next couple of days anyway. But till then, take care. See you later.